All right, we're Team 5, and we're proposing an innovative internal fixation device. Internal fixation systems are used to provide mechanical support during the bone healing process. Currently, most of these systems are made out of non-biodegradable metals, and they're designed to remain in the patient for life. So these can lead to a variety of adverse effects like patient pain and bone loss due to stress shielding, which you can see in this image on the right. Notice that the areas of bone surrounding the screw insertion sites are less dense. So because of some of these reasons, a lot of these permanent implants require early removal, which is one of the most commonly performed orthopedic surgeries today. These procedures are pretty risky, and they often lead to complications like nerve damage, refracture, or post-op infection. Not only are these procedures risky, but they're also costly. They can cost the patient upwards of $30,000, and they place a significant burden on hospital resources. Despite the risk and the cost of these procedures, 42% of orthopedic surgeons still recommend the standard removal of internal fixation systems. And so that really highlights a need for a degradable internal fixation system that can avoid the adverse effects of metallic implants as well as prevent any sort of need for secondary removal surgeries.
So as Ben stated, we need to design an internal fixation plate that will degrade at a rate that allows for proper bone remodeling and also avoids the need for risky retrieval surgeries. Our approach is to utilize a biodegradable magnesium that we can tune the degradation rate based on patient-specific needs by adjusting compositional as well as coatings on the magnesium. The bone contacting site of the plate will utilize a bone osteoconductive bone surface with a high surface area that will allow for better integration and avoid micromotion. This plate will be held in place utilizing osteoinductive screws. The screws are the most biomechanically challenging aspect because they need to have a porous surface that allows for peptide population while maintaining a torsional strength that will allow for installation.
And so when analyzing the feasibility of our device, we first look at the benefits or positives of our device. And so by having a degradable device, we will no longer have to have retrieval surgeries. And so that's a great financial benefit for the patient because patients will no longer have to pay for retrieval surgeries, as well as reducing the burden on hospital resources and the safety. So by having a permanent implant, 20% of the retrieval leads to complications. And lastly, by no longer having a permanent implant, there is no longer long-term patient pain and long-term effects of bone resorption due to stress shielding. And so when looking at the costs of our device, the upfront costs will be mainly in manufacturing the bone plates and screws, as well as surface treating them. Lastly, the degradation products from our plate could be an issue and be a potential for cytotoxicity. And so by regulating the degradation rate of the alloy, we can make sure there's always low levels of magnesium ions present in the body. And lastly, getting FDA approved is the largest hurdle we have to overcome, and that will take many years of research as well as millions of dollars in funding.
Current standard for bone plate implants are high-strength non-degradable metals, such as steel. They have all the problems we previously discussed, such as stress shielding. Biodegradable implants, the ones that currently exist, are PLGA-based devices. They're biodegradable, and they have some application, but they also have very weak mechanical properties. They're weaker than both cortical bone and magnesium implants that they're proposing, and aren't really suitable for load-bearing applications. Finally, there are silk-based devices currently being researched. These have some promise, and they're very good at tensile loading applications, but they're very weak shear forces. They aren't suitable for applications such as screws and bone plates that have a lot of shear forces on them.